Hi, my name is Carla Lynn, and welcome to Open for Business. I am so proud to have grown up in Michiana. My family is here, and this is where I started several of my very own businesses. I appreciate this community and that it thrives in its local economy with so many unique shops, services, manufacturers, restaurants, event venues, and so much more. And it's my privilege to be able to take you around, introduce you to the people and places that make this community amazing. This week, we're visiting the Morris Performing Arts Center in downtown South Bend, where they're celebrating 100 years of this historic venue. We'll take a look back at their history and into the future for what the next 100 years brings. We'll also journey to Iron Hand Vineyard to meet with Elizabeth Marshall, the owner of Michiana's very own dating service, WhoU Dating. She's going to be telling us how to sign up and get involved to make a connection with that special someone. And it's usually the first thing people notice about your home. We'll be talking to Jason Dean, the president of 4T Door Systems in Elkhart, about the new designs, materials, and technology of the latest in garage doors. I'm so glad you're with us, and we might as well get started. Michiana, we're open for business. 100 years ago, 1922, the first issue of Reader's Digest was published, and the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. was dedicated. And locally, the Morris Performing Arts Center in downtown South Bend opened its doors for the very first time. Today, we're meeting with the current leaders at the Morris to look back at their incredible history, their dedication to equity in the arts, and their big renovations planned for the near future. Today we're at the Morris Performing Arts Center in South Bend, Indiana. And all I have to say is happy birthday! From right here on this stage, over the last 100 years, amazing performances from Frank Sinatra all the way to Broadway performances like Cats and Wicked. Today we're going to be talking to the very people that make all of this possible and what they're doing to bring the Morris into the future. I'm here on the stage of the Morris Performing Arts Center with Mary and Greg Downs, and we're going to be finding out a little more about the history of this amazing place. So could you guys give me some insight?
Sure. The Morris was actually built in 1922 as a vaudeville house, and it was very successful. It was actually coincidentally built during the Spanish flu, believe it or not, and it was very successful for the next 20 years. Big acts like Bing Crosby, Houdini, the Ziegfeld Follies, lots of people performed here. And it was very, very successful until vaudeville began to fall on hard times. It became a movie house, actually, in the 40s. In fact, in 1940, there was a world premiere of the Newt Rockne story, and Ronald Reagan starred in that movie.
Oh, wow.
24,000 people showed up outside the theater just to get a look at Ronald Reagan.
Very cool.
You know, the theater, with the advent of television in the 50s, the theater fell on hard times. And believe it or not, it was going to be demolished in 1959 until Ella Morris stepped in and purchased at the time, the Palace Theater for an undisclosed amount of money and sold it to the city of South Bend for $1.
And at that time, the theater was renamed the Morris Civic Auditorium. It was previously called the Palace. And then there are lots of performers, a lot of musicians, Stevie Wonder, James Brown, Aerosmith, and the Broadway Theater League had lots of Broadway shows here then as well. And then from then, another renovation was done in 1998, and that was with the city and a group of very creative and dedicated citizens raised about $17 million. And they did and a renovation and remodeling, and they upgraded the interior of the theater to its original, absolutely glorious.
Yeah, so beautiful.
And that still stands. Those with the advent of the new projects, we don't have to do anything to the interior of the theater that shows. It's more HVAC and things like that. So,
very cool.
And we were asked to be on the committee, and we have been coming to the Morris for 50 years, and it's been a really big focal point for our entertainment, and we are dedicated to having the future be as welcoming and as wonderful for the next 100 years.
I'm here with Annie Smith for the 100-year celebration at the Morris, and I'm really excited to hear more about your involvement.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am the Chief Development Officer for the Venues, Parks, and Arts Department. In that capacity, I oversee the fundraising for the 100-year celebration of the Morris, including our $30 million capital campaign. You know, we've talked about what a jewel this place is in our community and how lucky we are to have it. And something really interesting about the history of this place is that time and time again, it has been kind of saved by citizens and residents of South Bend who just wanted to keep it for the next generation. And that's the chance that we have right now. You know, so many people have their memories of the first time they were here and the big acts that they've seen. And if we can do something right now to ensure not only that the next generation and generations to come can enjoy this place the way that we have, but that more people can, and that they can enjoy it in even a better way and leave South Bend even better, it's a really cool opportunity that we have. So we're hoping that everybody in the community comes and can enjoy this place and be a part of this campaign, and if nothing else, just celebrate 100 magical years of the Morris.
So I know you guys have a lot of events coming up, and I know people in the community are definitely going to want to get involved. So how do they find out about the events and participation?
Yeah, that's great. So we're keeping track of everything on our website, which is www.morris100.org.
I love it.
Lots of events there. We're going to have stuff going on truly until the birthday. And the actual birthday is November 2nd of 2022, but we'll have tours going on and smaller events and smaller concerts, and we're just trying to get the whole community here. So if you haven't been to the Morris, definitely come out for that. If you want a tour, we would love to give you one, and all that information is on our website.
The Morris is looking great at 100, and later in the show we'll have more on its mission for equity in the arts and its plans for the next 100 years. But now for something a little more on the personal side. If you're single and looking to make a connection with that special someone, where to start can be intimidating and overwhelming. That's why we want to introduce you to Michiana's very own WhoU Dating. We visit the Iron Hand Vineyard to meet with Elizabeth Marshall, the owner and creator, to tell us all about it. I'm here with Elizabeth, CEO of WhoU, and we are in the beautiful Iron Hand Wine Bar, and we're going to be talking about dating today. So, Elizabeth, please tell me about WhoU and what it is.
Thank you for having me, Carla. I'm so glad to be here to talk about WhoU. Our mission is to support single, divorced, and widowed men and women get back out into the dating world with confidence and authenticity.
Wow, well that's quite a service. So what made you feel like undertaking that and creating this company?
Yeah, about 5 years ago when I was going through my own divorce, I looked around and I had all these wonderful married friends, but they were busy with kids, they were busy with their work, and it was a really lonely period. I wasn't sure where to meet new singles or other eligibles that were interested in dating as well. And I looked around the Michiana area and there really wasn't a lot. Chicago had these great speed dating events, they had networking events, but there really wasn't anything. So I decided I would online date, but that came with a lot of problems too.
I know, like the first thing they ask you is for photos and all this information. It's like, where do I get that from?
Yeah, and I was always behind the camera taking these great pictures of my kids, and I just didn't have anything that showed my unique personality. And on top of that, what sites do I go to? Right?
Right.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pitfalls. How do we message?
what do you know?
Right.
You know, how do you know which one to go to?
Exactly. And so at that point, I started thinking that there must be something better for our Michiana singles to help them connect. And that's how WhoU came about.
So you created it.
Yeah.
So what's one of these live events like if they want to come out and everyone is wanting to be more social. So what is an event like if we were to sign up to go to it?
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, Carla, everybody really just wants connection. And so we created events that are very different than other speed dating events, that are very different than online dating. We've actually tried to flip online dating upside down. And so what that means is that participants come to our events and they meet in person first. And they are there to meet friends. We ask them to be open to expanding their professional network, and they also might meet that romantic connection. But then afterwards, they can go as participants of our events and sign up for our private WhoU Facebook page, where they can continue to message each other, and they can even create their own meetups that are free, that are community hosted.
I love that. So if you go to one of these events and you see somebody you like, you could keep the ball rolling on on your private Facebook page. That's really cool. So if you're a single and you're wanting to, you know, get out there and take the brave step to start dating, what would the first step be?
Yeah, so I would say that the first step is really just accepting the fact that this could be your best next chapter and taking that brave move forward. And I would encourage any man and woman who wants to get back out there to reach out, go to WhoU.online and take a look at our services and packages. We have our events listed there, and we offer free consultations. So you can sign up and register for that, and you can then talk with me, and I can help you figure out what your next move is.
I love that. Well, just after talking to you today, I mean, she definitely knows her stuff and is, like you said, turning the online dating, the dating in our area completely around. So I'm excited. So what kind of different events do you guys throw if people are interested in coming?
We have all sorts of events for every age group. We tend to do events for 30s and 40s, 40s and 50s, and we work with a lot of wonderful area partners. We have worked with the Lobber. We are here at the wonderful Iron Hand Wine Bar in South Bend that has been so generous and supported area singles. We do anything from speed mixing paired with other activities like Latin dance, live music, and coming soon, axe throwing and speed dating.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, so if people want to come to one of these events, how do they find out about them?
Absolutely. If you go to WhoU.online, we have an events page, and you can get on and register right there.
I love that. And then you have also other social media pages that they can find off of your website, correct?
Yeah, we have a Facebook and Instagram and even a Pinterest and Twitter.
Oh, I love that. Well, you did have some inspiring quotes, so I'm going to be following all of your social medias. Well, thank you guys for joining us, and I hope you got some good advice on dating. Thank you again, Elizabeth, for coming and sharing your amazing business with us.
Thank you for having me.
Coming to the Morris Performing Arts Center in South Bend, Pulse FM's Downtown Summer Series. Friday, May 13th, it's Switchfoot with special guest Colton Dixon. Friday, June 10th, it's For King and Country with special guest CeCe Winans. Tickets are on sale now online at morriscenter.org, in person at the Morris box office, or call 235-9190. Pulse FM's Downtown Summer Series. We'll see you this summer.
Hi friends, this is Stefan from Feed the Hungry. I'm at Mahega Primary School in the Ramwanja refugee camp, surrounded by a bunch of wonderful Congolese children. If you take a notice, you'll see their plates are empty right now. They are waiting for lunch. And that's why we really count on friends that are Full Life Monthly partners. It's important that these kids get a meal each and every day that they come to school. When the food's not here, the children aren't here either, and they miss out on class. They suffer physically, they suffer academically. When you become a Full Life Monthly partner, you're helping kids like these grow. They learn, they're healthy, and they love God because they can taste and see that the Lord is good. If you sow into the ministry of Feed the Hungry, think about making a monthly commitment. Thank you so much.
Welcome back to Open for Business. We all want the very best curb appeal for our home, and one of the easiest ways to spruce up any house is a new garage door. We travel to Elkhart, where I meet with Jason Dean, the president of 4T Door System, to see the latest styles, materials, innovations in garage doors. Welcome to 4T Door Systems. I'm excited to introduce you guys to the owner of the company, Jason.
Hi, Carla.
Hi, good to see you.
Welcome to our showroom.
It's beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
love it.
Thank you.
So I'm way impressed. Can you tell me how long you guys have been here or anything about your company?
Sure, absolutely. We started in 1987, so we're celebrating our 35th year in business this year.
35 years.
Absolutely, and a lot has
Okay.
changed in those 35 years in the garage door industry.
So what's changed since you guys first opened?
A lot of different design options and color options. When we started 35 years ago, there was 4 color options. You had white, brown, almond, sandstone.
That's boring.
It is. Obviously, white's still available. Believe it
Yeah.
or not, it's a fairly popular
I
color.
love white, yeah.
But the design options too. You had basic raised panel, maybe with a couple different options. So today, we have about 12 different color options, including some wood grains.
Oh,
so you
wow.
can get a door that looks like wood, even though it's steel. There's a lot more options with that. Window design options have changed a lot.
Yeah.
As you can see from this door behind us.
I love that.
The all glass, it's a very beautiful door.
So you guys have a really broad range of garage doors to kind of match different architectural styles and like this for more of like the modern home or...
Absolutely. Whatever you're
love
looking for to
that.
fit your home, the garage door is the single largest investment you'll make to improve the value of your home and
Yeah.
get your return on investment.
Well, it's the
really
first
a great
thing you
deal.
see when you pull up in most houses. I mean,
Absolutely.
you drive right in and there's your garage
Yep.
door.
Front
So
facing, most of them are front facing, absolutely. Yep, you see
so
it.
cool. And
Yep.
so it really makes a big statement. That's a really great place to put a little more attention when you're putting the final design pieces together for
Absolutely,
your home.
absolutely.
Would you be able to show me some examples of the garage doors you guys carry?
Sure, absolutely.
I want to get inspired.
Welcome to our showroom.
All right, let's go take a look.
Well, Carla, since you asked about other design options and colors, this is one of our most popular doors. This is the black is a very popular color, even with the inset panel here. Window designs, you can do a lot of different things with those. But this is one of our most popular doors right here.
I really like that. Can you show me some more designs you guys have?
Sure, absolutely. We've got all of our wood grain design options here, with the cherry, mahogany, ash, even the natural wood look.
Oh, I love that. That's so cool.
The beauty of these doors is you get that wood look without it being a wood door. It's still a steel door, but just has that look of wood, and they're really, really beautiful doors. They really are.
I love that. And then I'm noticing something different on the sides. Are these insulated as well?
They are insulated doors, so if you're heating your garage, even if you're not heating your garage, an insulated door keeps your garage warmer, which keeps your house warmer.
So energy savings just right there.
Yes,
A little more
thermal
forethought.
efficiency makes a big difference.
All
It
about
absolutely
that.
does.
Very
over here,
cool.
step over here, we've got our carriage house door with this dimensional look. So as you can see, these overlays give you a little more of a dimensional look and that standoff. So the base color can actually be different than the overlay color. So you've got about 7 or 8 options here for a base color. Your overlays can be a couple different colors if you got a combination you like. The window designs can be a lot different as well.
And,
I see you have a favorite.
And this is my favorite color combination. So when I
Yep.
get my new garage doors, this is what I want to go with, guys.
Yep.
And one more question on all of this is what else do you guys have as far as technology or anything new in garage doors?
We haven't even talked about the openers yet, so we need to show
Ooh.
you our openers and some of the technology that's available with those. Absolutely.
Can we check it out?
Sure. Come with
Awesome.
me. Well, Carla, you asked about our technology. I haven't even shown you our openers yet, so let me show you our garage door openers. As you can see, as the door goes up. Do you hear that?
No, I don't hear anything.
That's the idea. It's
love it.
super quiet. These things are amazing. So if you have bedrooms up above your garage and that's where the kids sleep, for example, this won't wake anybody up.
Oh man, you
they're
can come back
amazingly
from the
quiet.
date night
Yep, they're amazingly quiet.
without
Yep.
causing any troubles. I
Absolutely.
love
And
that.
technology is available, so we have an app on our phone. So you can open the app and then you can see from that if your door's open or closed. You can open it to let a contractor in if you need to get somebody into the garage or the house to do some work for you.
That's so convenient, and I love that because sometimes you lose the garage door openers, so now everyone in the family
Yep.
can safely have it on your phone at all times.
Absolutely, yeah.
Very
Great
cool.
technology.
So if people were wanting to get inspired with their home, if they maybe were wanting to do a remodel or update their garage door, or even building, what
Sure.
are some good ways for them to kind of see and get ideas for what's possible with you guys?
Well, as of today, I mean, you can go to our website, 4tdoor.com, and see that. Obviously, you can visit our showroom. When you come into the showroom, you can get a little more hands-on.
Yeah.
You can see the inside and outside of the door and get a little more feel for the design options and the colors and things like that. So obviously, they can call us and schedule an appointment, or again, just drop by. We're on Bristol Street in Elkhart. Just come on in.
Very cool. Yeah, I was having fun looking at all the samples. And then I think you mentioned something else about the website. If they wanted to try a home makeover, of course, that's my favorite part of this.
Yeah, absolutely. You can take a picture of your existing door and you can superimpose it on the website with our model of door to see what it's going to look like.
Oh, wow.
So that's available too. Very cool feature. Yep, absolutely.
That's awesome. So if you guys are thinking about possibly updating your garage door, which is fabulous for that curb appeal right now, it would be an amazing idea to just check that out and see if you can find the right fit for your home.
Absolutely, yep. You can see
Very
what it's
cool.
going to look like. Absolutely. Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah, I
It was
had a
pleasure.
blast. Thanks for showing me around. We started this journey at the Morris Performing Arts Center, and that's where we're going to be finishing today. I continue with the Morris current leaders to talk about why equity in the arts is so important and what else they're doing to celebrate 100 years. Also, they've got some great projects ahead for the near future.
The history of this place is, the more you learn, the more you realize what a jewel it is. And it makes this campaign so much more fun to work on, because someday, 200 years from now, people are going to be talking about what we did now. As a part of the campaign, we are going to be doing a lot of really exciting projects and basically remaking a lot of the theater. So the first phase of the project is actually that we are going to be redoing everything you see here. So we're getting new seats, new carpeting, a new curtain, a lot of the cool comfort elements that'll make people who come to the Morris as patrons feel more comfortable, bigger seats. We're going to have places to put drinks down, so people can really enjoy shows more. And that's going to be the first phase of the project. The second project of the campaign is going to be a really exciting building addition. So right out here outside, we're going to be filling in this space, building a parking garage with about 300 spots, but then also a really cool area just for our community to come. We're going to have cool flex space inside, a lounge area, some art areas for different art projects, and a lot of really cool space. And then in addition to that, we're also going to be redoing some of the outdoor elements, making it easier for folks to come and enjoy different shows or performances or things outside of the brick and mortar theater.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, so cool. We're here today with Equity of the Arts co-chairs Karima Fowler and Dr. Marvin Curtis, and they're going to be telling us how they're creating equity within the Morris today. So can you guys tell me some of the things you're doing to make this possible?
Well, first we started with a survey of the community. So the committee got together with several questions, and we went to all 4 parts of South Bend and talked about what does equity in the arts mean to people and how the Morris can be more equitable in terms of how they present shows, how they appear in the community, and how people can come down to the Morris.
What we would like to do is ensure that there's equity and people, in particular minorities, are getting exposure to the arts because they haven't always had exposure and haven't always had access. And so what are some unique ways that we can ensure that that happens?
Also, we asked about barriers to the Morris. How do you feel about coming to the Morris? What barriers are there that will prevent you from coming to the Morris? Have you been to the Morris? The Morris is a city-owned facility. It's a big space. It's 2,700 seats. A lot of people who've never been inside the building because it's intimidating. And so part of what we wanted to find out was how to make it less intimidating, but also how do you feel about the shows being presented? We discovered in our research that 88% of the artists at the Morris are white, but the city is 41% minority.
We looked at other things around equity too. So we looked at demographics, ethnicity, we looked at disabilities, you know, you name it. So there's a lot of different things we looked at. As far as demographics, we looked at younger people with families. If shows are at a certain time of day, would that prevent them from being able to see a show or come to a show? We looked at age. We looked at other barriers such as transportation. The other thing that we recognize too from a diversity standpoint is how are we getting out and reaching them and meeting people where they are and giving them exposure. And we know that exposure in arts in particular for kids, most of the kids that are in arts, we find that they do better in school with their grades. So we want to be able to give them that exposure because we know it will create opportunities. And we are so excited about what's going on with the Morris. We want to ensure that the whole community is involved and can enjoy the new Morris.
I love the way all those things are just going to enhance the community so much and just bring so much more life, especially for the kids, that they can grow up and be a part of the Morris and participate and maybe even find future careers here.
And that's
incredible.
The ultimate goal, to create that exposure, but we don't want it to be like a one-time thing. We want it to be embedded, where they know that, you know, this is the Morris and kids know that these opportunities exist.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming and telling us so much about your plan, and I am so excited about seeing everything you're doing for the community and the Morris. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. So what are some of the ways that community could get involved or be a part of this development?
Yeah, absolutely. So throughout this entire year, we're going to be celebrating. This is a 100-year birthday party. So we're going to have different events throughout the entire summer. We're going to have a really big birthday party at the end of the year, right before this opens again, to have people come. And then, of course, we would love the community to get involved from a donor perspective. And so all of those details are up on our website at morris100.org. And we would love everyone to take part, whether it's coming to see a show or celebrating with us at the birthday party or by, you know, buying a brick and being a part of the campaign.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, I love all those options that people can get involved.
Tons of them.
And I personally would like to join in and come see some shows and be a part of it. So thank you so much for coming, Annie, and I love everything you've been doing and all your hard work to preserve this place.
Thank you.
Well, happy birthday to
Happy
the Morris.
birthday
Happy
to the
birthday. I had such a fun time celebrating the 100th year birthday party of the Morris today. I hope you guys can join the fun by going to their website and checking out all the amazing things coming up and join in on the celebration. Thank you so much for being here with us today. We hope you enjoyed our look at the Morris Performing Arts Center, gave you some ideas for your garage door with 4T door system, and inspired you to get back out there and meet your special someone with WhoU Dating. And if you're a business and would like to be featured on an upcoming episode, we would love to hear from you. Just drop us a line at openforbusiness@WHME-TV46.com. That'll do it for today's episode. I'm Carla Lynn, and we'll see you next time we're open for business.
Coming to the Morris Performing Arts Center in South Bend, Pulse FM's Downtown Summer Series. Friday, May 13th, it's Switchfoot with special guest Colton Dixon. Friday, June 10th, it's For King and Country with special guest CeCe Winans. Tickets are on sale now online at morriscenter.org, in person at the Morris box office, or call 235-9190. Pulse FM's Downtown Summer Series. We'll see you this summer.